What's up everybody, it's Sean here back today to give you guys a review of the Air Jordan 1 Retro Low OG in this medium olive colorway. This is the latest colorway of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG to release, and these are set to drop on January 31st. The retail price for this shoe is $145 US or $180 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is medium olive, black, summit white, and sail, and these will be available in full family sizing at most Air Jordan retailers, including the Closet Inc. right here in Canada. The Closet Inc. is my go-to shop when it comes to Jordans and Nike releases. They're independently owned and operated, and they're based right here in Southern Ontario in Canada. So for all my Canadian viewers out there, check out their website, which is linked down below, especially their TCI Advantage page. That's where you'll find the best deals, the best prices. The key thing though is to add the item to cart, and then when you go to checkout, the discount will be automatically applied. So again, check out the Closet Inc.'s website, show them some love, and tell them that you heard about them through my channel. So first things first, here's a look at the box, and as you can see, this is a box that matches the colors of the shoe. So this is done predominantly in this medium olive color, and we have this Nike branding on the top in black. So as far as the shoe goes, in terms of silhouette, this is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG silhouette, not to be confused with the regular Air Jordan 1 or the Jordan 185. This is probably my favorite when it comes to Air Jordan 1 cuts. So as we dive into the details of the shoe itself, on the toe box, this is covered in a smooth white colored leather, and like any other Jordan 1, we have these perforations all across. Surrounding the front toe cap, here you'll find a medium olive colored nubuck, and this feels very nice to the touch. This is a genuine leather, and in terms of color in real life, it's more of like a grayish green color. This same nubuck covers the eyelets of the shoe, and in terms of eyelets, these come with 8 eyelets, which is the correct number of eyelets that they should have, as opposed to the 7 that for some reason Jordan Brand used to give us for the Jordan 1 Low OG. Underneath this, we have more of that smooth white leather, which, if I didn't mention, is a genuine leather. It's nothing amazing, but it is genuine. And then overlaid on top of this, we have a black leather swoosh, which is slightly larger than the swoosh found on Jordan 1 Low OGs from years past. And this larger swoosh is closer to the OG look. Underneath this, covering the heel, we have more of that olive colored nubuck, and this covers the top of the heel as well. And then debossed across, we have the Air Jordan Wings logo in black. As far as laces go, this pair comes with 2 different lace options. So they come with a black flat lace along with a white colored lace. Personally, I like the black lace when it comes to this colorway. It gives it a little bit more contrast, and it fits the tones of the shoe a little bit better, as I think this is more of like a fall or early winter sort of sneaker. Underneath this, the tongue is just your normal nylon tongue, and then on the top, we have this Nike Air woven tag. The interior of the back of the shoe, this is covered in an olive green colored textile, and it's pretty thinly padded like most Air Jordan 1 Lows. For the insoles, these come with a polyurethane lined foam insole. It's finished in this olive color on top, and we have Nike Air branding stamped onto the heel. So the upper of this Jordan 1 sits atop of this solid rubber cup sole, which is painted in this vintage looking sail color. Encapsulated within this midsole but not visible to the eye, there is Nike Air technology. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, the outsole here is just your normal Jordan 1 outsole, and this is entirely done in this medium olive color. We have a circular pivot point on the forefoot, along with Nike branding visible right in the center. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. For those wondering about how these fit, so just like the recently released Chicago 1 Lows, I feel like you can either go a half size down or go true to size. So in my case, I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. And personally, when I go with a size 10, the width of the shoe just fits more comfortably. There is a little bit extra room lengthwise than I would prefer, but if you're someone that likes more of that snug one-to-one fit and you don't have a wide foot, I would probably recommend that you go down that half size, especially if you're gonna be wearing these a lot. Once they break in, going that half size down will probably fit you a lot better. But if this is a shoe that you're gonna wear sparingly, maybe like a couple times a year, and you do have a wider foot, I think going true to size might be a bit more comfortable for you. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel like any other Jordan 1 Low, so it's gonna feel pretty flat, pretty low to the ground, pretty firm, and there's not too much from a step-in comfort perspective. However, for a retro shoe from the mid-80s, it's gonna be perfectly fine for just a casual shoe you leave by the door. The fact that this is a low cut does make it a little bit more wearable, a little bit more comfortable. You have more of that ankle mobility. So that's one thing that Jordan 1 Lows have over the highs in terms of the actual wearability of the shoe. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality I thought was solid. They do utilize genuine leathers and nubucks on this pair, but I wouldn't say that it was like a spectacular cut of material. It's solid, but it's not amazing. For a mass-produced Air Jordan, I thought it's perfectly fine, and I thought the build on my pair was very good as well. The stitch job was really solid, free of major glue stains, and the panels were consistently sized and placed between the left and right shoe. So all in all, again, for a mass-produced Air Jordan shoe, I came away feeling pretty impressed with this end result. So with all of that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. There's nothing too special about this pair, but in terms of wearability, I think this is where the shoe really excels. The colorway of the shoe is really solid. Medium olive, white, black with a touch of the sail or off-white. It's just a very wearable shoe. I can see myself rocking this a lot, especially during the fall and even right now. As it's winter, I think this is a very solid shoe to rock. It goes perfectly with a lot of the clothing that I'm rocking. So yes, there's no hype and there's nothing overly exciting about this release, but it's just a very dependable, very wearable colorway of a classic, timeless silhouette. So leave your thoughts down below. Let me know, what do you guys think about this Air Jordan 1 Low in this medium olive colorway? When these drop on the 31st, is this gonna be a cop for you? Are you gonna potentially wait to see if these go on sale, which they probably will? Or are you passing on these because you're just not really in the market for Jordans anymore? Leave your comments below, and if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll link my social media accounts down below for you guys to check out and follow. And another shout out goes out to The Closet Inc. So for all my Canadian viewers out there, check out their website, it's linked down below, and check out their social media as well. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you all in my next video.